Now we'll go over a few more tips on handling the interviewer's questions and give you a couple of examples. But first, let's do a little recap. Remember that you are the solution to their problems. And so when you give an answer, show them the results, the impact, the value that you will bring them. Also, keep in mind that people remember how they feel. So when you go into an interview, control the narrative and make it a positive experience. This is exactly why focusing on the negative, such as bashing your previous employers, will lose you an interview. It's not your experience that loses you the interview, it's how you made the interviewer feel. If the interview has a gloom and doom kind of feel, the interviewer probably doesn't want a repeat performance, let alone experience that day in and day out working with you. Additionally, always listen carefully and seek to understand the question being asked. What do I mean? Well, first, break the habit of formulating an answer before the interviewer has finished asking the question. Too often, this will cause you to only partially answer the question and leave the interviewer wanting more. But a worst case scenario, you only heard half the question, and because you didn't hear the last part, your answer is way off topic. Second, don't be afraid to ask for clarification if you don't understand the question. And third, don't be afraid of silence. Taking a moment to think of an answer is better than rapid firing a bad answer. Now, we'll touch on some common questions and we'll discuss how to answer them. So question 1, the weakness question. To answer this question, you must understand the job requirements. When you read the job description, you'll find that there are usually 5 or 6 top skills or qualifications that the job is looking for. The answer to the weakness question must not be tied to these top skills. For example, if you are applying for a learning and development role and training is a required skill, don't tell them that your weakness is public speaking. It's basically shooting yourself on the foot because public speaking can easily be tied to training. Instead, let's say you have dabbled a little bit with data analytics and you're having difficulty with coding. So you can say that you have dabbled with data and currently your weakness is coding, but you are looking forward to the day where you can get good enough to even train others to it. With this answer, you have shown a weakness, but a weakness that is not tied to the job requirements, and you are even using it to demonstrate your passion for training others, which is a job requirement. The question 2, the career gap. We have discussed the importance of the feel of the interview, and this career gap question can be a trap, but only if you let it. And here you learn the importance of your mindset once again. Let's say you are asked, can you tell me about your career gap in 2020? One answer could be this. Well, because of COVID, I was laid off. Then I couldn't find a job and it just seemed like nobody was hiring. Eventually, personal events forced me to stay at home and take care of family. It was a difficult time and I did my best to try and stay afloat. All right, so how does the mood feel after that? Perhaps a little negative, a little gloomy, not the best, right? But let's try a different answer. What if we say something like this? Yes, 2020. What a year that was, wasn't it? That was the year I learned to play the piano, something everyone told me I was too old to do. That was the year I overcame my lifelong habit of binge watching shows and instead I picked up Udemy and Blinkist. That was the year I pushed my limits and I learned what I'm really made of. That was the year I expanded my horizons and explored various fields, an exploration that ultimately led me right here to this company, to this job. So, what does the mood feel like now? You see, it's not about the question, it's about how you answer it. Now, question 3. Why this company? The answer here must not be general, meaning you must say something that you cannot say about any other company. And in order to do that, you need to do your research. Now for your homework. Choose a job description for your target job. If you have an interview coming up, use that very job description. And then create an interview question for each sentence. If you have issues creating these interview questions, simply start with writing, "Tell me about a time when ... fill in the blank." The questions aren't as important. The important part is what comes next. You need to craft answers for each question, and those answers must tell a memorable story that shows you have the skills and the results to show for it.